Welcome to Lesson 2 of our Adobe After Effects. Last time we had opened a new one and we were about to look at how we go about changing the text. When we've opened ones that have been done for us that are on a template, the cool stuff is that lots of things have already been put into effect. So if I scrub across here, you can see how this would go. Now the thing is we want to change the words that are in this. So depending on which one you have, what you've opened, you can see how this works. So I'm going to go to the beginning. I'm going to come up here. The files are open. Make sure that you have, it should open like this. If it doesn't, go to Window, Workspace, and go to Standard. This is the standard workplace, and this is the way we want to get it to go. So come here. Look where it says Text Files. Do the down arrow on their text files, and you can see each of these are going to come up. There are several different ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Build Empire. If I click on it, you'll notice that the Build Empire comes up right here. I'm going to double click in here. We're down on this where it shows the text, and I'm going to type in the text that I want for this this feature. And we're going to make this one Lucas's film. So we're going to come up and we're going to say Lucas Van Winkle. Okay, for the first one. So I say Lucas Van Winkle on that one. Then I'm going to come down here to where it says, if I click out of it, you'll notice down here now it changes to Lucas Van Winkle. The Build Empire up here does not change, but this down here changes. If you go to the Claim Victory, click on it, and we're going to change the Start War here. We're going to double click on this, and I'm going to put Presents. Okay. Then I'm going to click on Face Evil. And I'm going to click down here on Face Evil. And I'm going to say, in capital, Happy Birthday. Back up. Now you'll notice when I do this, though, it goes off. So I either need to come here and hit Return so that it's goes down underneath it. So I would backspace and then return. Or I could have gone up here and I could go to my selector tool and make it a little bit smaller so that it would fit in there however you want to make sure that it fits correctly. So I could scoot it in and up. Ooh, it's giving me grief. Okay, so that's not working great. Let me just scoot it over like that. I could just scoot it over and put it in a different place. Then I'm going to say, go to my Find Destiny, click on it, and say Starring. And then I go to the Horror. I'm going to put in the people's names that are starring in his movie. Maybe I could do it like where it's Pablo, where the first letter is under, and then the rest of it is uppercase. Whereas, like that. And then I could click on Start War, and on this one, I could say, this one's Mason. Higginbotham, like that. And then Terror, come here and double click on the Terror. Then I'm going to put Alan. Acuna. That. Then I'm going to move this up here. And on this, there we go, Alan Acuna. And then Warrior. I can double click on Warrior. the warrior word. And on this one, I'm going to put Faith Brinkman. Hit enter. And I'm going to do Jordan Weiss, because he has a lot of people, and Garrett Crowley. And then I'm going to move these all so they're in there. Okay, now I'm going to go to my final output now, right here. And I'm going to click on the lowest one, which is the final output right here. So it comes up, and you're going to see, first thing that you're going to notice when you're running it, starts out like that. If you want to run it, what you're going to do now, it's going to be rendering the piece as you go. Now, to render the piece, you hit your space bar, and you're going to notice that it begins to render. And if you'll notice down here, it goes through everything ever so slowly. So I'm going to wait for it to render. I'm going to pause this video, and when it's done, I'll turn it back on and we'll look at it. Okay, so that took about 10 minutes, and that's one thing you're going to notice with After Effects. Everything takes a really long time to do. So it's sometimes a good place where you would put it, especially if you have more than one computer, you might get it going on one computer and then work on something else or walk away and come back. Because like I said, everything in After Effects takes a while. But here's what it looks like now that it's rendered. And you can watch it playing. It has the stuff on it. And it goes through the presents. Kind of cool. And then we put his happy birthday. And then also on this, I just left all of the fonts the same, the size the same. Didn't really mess with any of that, but that's something that I'm going to show you in the next episode. So what we do now when we finish this and we have it up and it's going and it's rendered in a nice way, now we're going to save it. Okay, so we're going to go now and put more into this. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Export, and I'm going to export it as a, go to SYF right here, and we can go ahead and save this as this type of file. Save it to my desktop. That's what I think I'll do on this. I need to make the file name, and I'm going to say Lucas intro, and I'm going to save it. It's going to ask me what kind of the images to be, what kind of quality. Make sure that you go through export audio. We want to we don't need to bet looping, so just say okay, and now you'll see that it's saving. Now this is just one way to save it. This will take just a little while. So I'll turn off while it's going. Okay, now I've finished saving it, and I'll show you what it looks like in its form. I saved it to my desktop, so I'm going to go ahead to my desktop, and it is right here. And I'm going to double click on it, and you can see what it looks like playing in a Flash player. Looks really cool. So this is what you would use and put into your Premiere Pro so that you could work on Premiere Pro and just have this as your opening. Put your music with it and all the other things. So that's what it looks like. I could have done it where it had a loop, so I could have done where it would have kept going over and over. That might have been a good idea. I don't know. So that would go into your next position. Next time what we'll do is I will take what we've worked on so far, and I will show you how to make some changes to your words, to your just the different things you could do. Add your own text, just some things like that.